Oh, hey, hi, just getting some spinning exercise in. My name's Phil, I'm your 60-sec tech, and today's a viewer request. One person wrote us and asked us if we could show some of the functions on how to use the Elmo a little better when you're not using a laptop and when you're using a laptop, like the zoom controls, brightness adjustment, and so on and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you both of those real quick today, and hopefully you guys will take some from it. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up. And guys, can you go ahead and put our please stand by logo up? No hurry, guys. Whenever. First, I'm going to show you how to use the Elmo, the pivot points and the zoom control, which you can use either if you're using the laptop or you're using it just by itself. And then I'll show you the menu if you're using it just by yourself without the laptop. So first we're going to show you the pivot points here and how it can move. There's one right here. So you can see this moves like this. And as it moves on the screen here, you can kind of see it goes up and down. There's a pivot point right down here, so we can pull it forward or we can pull it back. And there's one more pivot point which is right here. And that way you can move this and adjust this like so. The zoom is right here, this little black knob. If you pull it towards you, it zooms in. And if you push it away from you, it'll zoom out. Now we're going to zoom back in real quick, and we can do the autofocus, which is on the side here. And you can see that it'll autofocus real nice. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you the menu, and we'll just get set up real quick. Guys, can we have that Here's where the menu is, if you're using the Elmo just by itself. This button right here in the menu, you see when I press it, the menu pops up. And we're going to go all the way up to the top here. Here's where you can do some manual adjustments if you want. With the focus, you can see if you press this button here, which is the over, it comes up with F and N, which means far and near. And that's where you can do some manual adjustments. You can see as it goes out of focus and into focus. I'm going to go ahead and hit this autofocus button one more time and bring it back in here. You go ahead and press the left arrow to go back to the menu. Now if you want to do an auto adjustment on the or a manual adjustment on the brightness, you can do it through here. This is where you would select if you want it auto or you want to do it manually. If you want to do it manually, these two buttons right down here, the plus and negative brightness, is what's going to adjust it. You can see as I press this, it gets darker, and when I press this little plus sun button, it gets lighter. So that's the way you can adjust that. Now you can go down, there's more options in here you can use, which is image rotation if you want to flip the image, microscope if you're going to hook it up to a microscope, and then the white balance too, if you want to do an auto or manual white balance. So that's the way you would use the Elmo if you're not using it through a laptop. And now we're going to show you how to use it through a laptop, and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do the controls on the laptop if you're running the Elmo through a computer. You're going to open your ImageMate software. And here's our dashboard right here. We're going to start the camera. As you can see, I got it kind of pointed towards us a little bit. And now what we're going to do is let's say we want to do the zoom controls, but we don't want to leave the laptop to do that if for some reason the Elmo's on the other side of the room. You can see right here, this little button looks like a square. It says remote control. If you click that, this little thing pops up, and it's a remote control for the Elmo, so you can do it remotely. You can see the zoom in, so we press that. You can zoom in really quick. And then you can focus. You can do the autofocus if you want. Or you can do the near and far right here. And then once again, you can adjust your brightness if you want to. So you can see as it gets darker and then as it gets brighter. So that's a nice way. And you can do all these functions here from your smart board if you have a touch interactive whiteboard from the front of this room, which is really a great option. So there you go, and that's how you can control it from both the laptop and from the Elmo itself. Have a good day. All right. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you learned something today on how to use the Elmo with and without a computer. If you have any other questions or comments, just post them on our board here. And